windows, durable roofing, new siding, or a beautiful bath remodel. And they'll take it even further with $3,000 off your project. That's $3,000 in instant savings during the April savings event. But don't wait, this offer won't last long. Call 262-800-4274 or visit extpros.com today. Exterior Pros and Baths. Big savings done right.
Don't think twice. Call Geist.
Don't let a busted garage door get you down. Call my friends at Geist today. For 70 years, Geist has been the trusted garage door authority in Wisconsin. With brands like CHI and LiftMaster, they have doors for every budget and will even build custom designs to get your exact needs. For swift and reliable garage repair solutions, go to geistdoors.com. That's GEIS doors.com. You can also visit their amazing showroom in Brookfield, featuring hundreds of doors and openers and their custom design room.
Don't think twice. Call Geist.
Tune in to KBN every day at 2 o'clock. 94.5 ESPN is WKTI and WKTI HD, Milwaukee.
A locally owned Good Karma brand station.
Shoot. The right way to start your day. This is Jen, Gabe, and Chewy, broadcasting live from the Gruber Law Office's One Call That's All studios at the Avenue with Gabe Neitzel and Mark Chamora. Here's Jen Latta.
This, I believe, is what you would call an eventful little weekend in Wisconsin sports.
Not even a weekend.
An
eventful Sunday evening.
Well, but Friday there was some news regarding the Packers. We'll get into that as the show goes on. But yes, it does seem like the last 24 hours things got really got ramped up. I was thinking, we'll probably talk some Masters, talk a little Dontavian Wicks and the Green Bay Packers wide receivers. And then, boom, the first one fell. And then it wasn't very long after, like an hour. Then it was like, boom, the second one fell. So a couple of things we're going to get into here today on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy. And we're going to start with the Milwaukee Bucks because it is a saga we have been following very closely. It feels like forever for the duration of this season. But effective yesterday, we learned that Doc Rivers is officially out as the head coach of the Milwaukee Bucks. Chew, your instant reaction when you heard the news that he was out.
Figured that was going to happen. Now, I didn't see. I heard that did he get fired? Are they just released or?
Great question. Great question.
Or...
Great question.
I'm not sure.
Okay.
I don't know how to put it because it was very ambiguous.
And I believe that was by design.
Correct.
But he's still going to remain with the team?
Maybe.
Okay. All right.
He's got Grandparents' Day coming up here in 8 days. I know the 21st, Grandparents' Day, he's going to be wherever his grandkids are.
Okay.
That I know. That I feel comfortable with. Anything after that, who could say for sure?
What do you give him for a grade?
Oof.
C?
No.
D?
Well, C's are, you pass with a C.
Yeah.
Okay. But he was in a tough situation. That wasn't easy to come in halfway through the season.
Sure. But you also
just
had
never
Giannis,
went anywhere. He was
you also had
spinning.
Giannis and Dame in a team that had a really big winning record. And then the fact that you're like, I wouldn't wish this upon anyone. Like, yeah, it's a tough job, but you know what? It's what the money's for.
If you want to know how tough the job was, just ask him. He'll tell you all about it. It's been a tough time for him.
Or
You
how
don't even
good he
have to
was.
ask him.
I'm good. Look at me.
Google me.
Yes, Google me.
So, yeah, I mean, kind of.
But it wasn't a shock.
Oh, that he left or that he fired or.
Whatever.
That he's no longer the coach.
Yes.
Yes, it is not a shock. Not a shock. Because, again, he's been talking about this. I mean, because what? I mean, I guess it probably started when Stephen A. Smith said he heard Doc was going to retire. And then, of course, Doc had to answer those questions, and it wasn't really one way or the other, but then started talking about his grandkids.
All right, so big picture, what does this mean? Is it good for Giannis? Is it bad for Giannis? Is it just...
Well, first and foremost, I think it's very smart of you to try to push it through the Giannis prism.
Yeah.
Because you can't help but wonder if everything the Bucks are going to do between now and, pick a day, if he gets traded this summer or whatever, is going to be to put themselves in a good position. So obviously, ostensibly, moving on from Doc Rivers puts the Bucks in a better position. When it comes to Giannis, Could they go out there and get someone who Giannis respects, admires, wants to play for? Could that tip him towards staying?
I would just go, you hire the coach. Sign the deal, we'll let you hire the coach.
That didn't work last time.
I was going to say, I feel like they've tried that.
Yeah, but
last time kind of got them into the spot they're in.
Yeah, but that's the only way you're going to keep them.
Maybe, but maybe there's also been some self-awareness by Giannis where he recognizes that maybe that's not his forte. That's not his strong suit. He should play, maybe not pick the coach. I also will say this, and I was thinking about this last night when I was brushing my teeth. Human nature is the path of least resistance. The one exception to that is maybe, if you're trying to achieve something that you haven't achieved before. In this case, it would be winning a second NBA title. In that instance, you think most human beings recognize that the path of least resistance isn't going to get them there, and then therefore they're willing to go outside their comfort zone when it comes to aligning with a coach, right? Because if I got to pick my coach for anything, I'm going to pick somebody who I think is going to take it easy on me, make my life easier, unless I recognize that hasn't worked for me thus far, and maybe I need someone, Gabe, who kicks me in the ass a little bit, who makes me work a little harder than I would ordinarily want to work on my own.
And again, and maybe this is hindsight is 2020, but I think that was kind of what they were hoping Adrian Griffin would be, because Bud, as tough as Bud could be at times, was also known as a player's coach, right? He was, he got along with the guys, knew what they needed, and I think they were looking for somebody that would have a little more attitude, I guess, for lack of a better term, than Doc, and that didn't work out with Adrian Griffin. So then they were just kind of stuck, and they brought in a veteran, and ostensibly, okay, this is a veteran, he's won a championship, it's the exact opposite of what we just had, and that didn't work out. And as far as Doc goes, it seems like his relationship, not just with the entire team, because of some of the other things that have been reported on, but also, it seems like that includes Giannis, right? Like his relationship with Giannis seemed to deteriorate as the season went along.
Pretty fractured.
But Giannis is delusional about the power he has with this team right now.
Is he delusional, or has he been led to believe?
Because he thought, like, hey, I want to play. What do you mean I can't play? I'm the man. And when they told him they can't play, I don't think he fully understands the situation. The business side of it.
Sure.
Because from everything we read, he wasn't very happy about that decision.
Correct.
Matter of fact, he's a little flabbergasted. How dare you not listen to me?
Yeah.
So, I don't know. You wouldn't throw it out there. Okay, sign the Supermax. You pick the coach. Even if it doesn't work.
So
it's just throwing the hook out there, getting the hook in. No?
Here's why. I feel like we believe, from the outside looking in, that along this path, too many times they have deferred to Giannis. They have asked Giannis what he would like, or at least tried to make decisions to keep him happy. And I think they finally put their foot down when it came to this last month of the season, saying, we're not going to let you play, even if, again, I want to make sure I'm clear on this. The Bucks' stance has always been that Giannis is not healthy enough to play. Mm-hmm. Giannis continues to push back on that. That's why we are where we were at the end of the season. But it was the first time it felt like they stood up to Giannis and said, no, man, you're not going to get what you want. And I feel like from a parent standpoint, Shu, once you put your foot down, it's kind of like, oh, I'm going to do that again. I'm going to do that again. I don't think you can go backwards. So while I hear you that it would be advantageous if it made him or encouraged him to sign the Supermax, then you're just starting this damn cycle all over again.
Do you bring him into the meeting where they're selecting him and give him the perception that his input really matters? Otherwise, he's gone.
So there's a lot of interesting things here. The timing of everything now. Because Giannis can't sign that until October 1st. And typically, from my understanding, they have their exit meeting with Giannis just like any other player. And yes, they stay in touch, but Giannis usually goes over to Greece and does his own thing, right? And they keep him, let him know what's going on, and then, hey, if a move's about to happen, maybe they loop him in. I don't think he's had really a say over, like the Dame trade or anything like that. But, hey, we're going to trade for Dame. Okay, cool. I think that's just kind of how those conversations have gone in the past. But now, okay, if you're going to trade him, it has to be before the draft. Yeah. That's the only. That's when his value is going to be maximized. Yeah. If you wait until he says no on October 1st,
then you're screwed.
You're not going to get the deals you are now. So you have to build up a little bit of trust. So if he says, oh, yeah, I'll sign that in October, he's actually going to sign it in October. And then the other interesting part is, going back to Jen's point, who's the person who put their foot down? Because whoever put their foot down is probably the one making the decision on who the next head coach is going to be.
Do you think they know already? Because remember how Craig said, I don't know, I pushed him on a question. He's like, this has already been talked about a month ago, and it's just coming out now. But you think they know?
Who the next coach is going to be?
No, you think they know that Giannis is gone?
Yeah, I mean, they're going to have conversations. Like, do they think he's probably gone? Yeah, probably. But are they hoping they can somewhat repair that relationship? Yes.
You think so?
Yeah.
Okay.
But the question is, who do you think put their foot down, Jen? Do you think it was Horst? Was it Wes Edens? Was it Haslam?
I think it was little all of them.
Jamie Dimon
Horst probably
finally
got him in a meeting and said, look, this is how this has to work. We have to protect his asset. It's a train wreck if he goes out there, blows his Achilles. Then it's done. Then we get nothing.
Because the other part is, does Horst survive?
That's what I was just saying. My brain is trying to follow the order of operations. And so in a survival mode move, does Horst, if in my opinion, the survival mode move for Horst would have been to let Giannis play, because if Giannis plays, then he's more likely to maybe come back, which leads to job security for John Horst, theoretically. None of this is locked in stone.
Correct.
None of this is all guaranteed. But I'm trying to, again,
there's no bad ideas in a brainstorm.
I know. So I'm trying to think of like Horst. I guess my brain goes probably not. I think it was above Horst. I think it was probably the ownership group. And then I don't know what the dynamics of the ownership group are right now based on all the things we've heard and read in the Ramona Shelburne article about how it's like, are you in charge? Am I in charge? It's the Spider-Man's pointing at you, me. I don't know. My gut says that Jimmy Haslam is more involved than I think people think he is, especially given what the governorship role is supposed to be right now. But again, all speculation. I really don't know. So if you made me answer who made that decision, I would say ownership. The ownership group made the decision that they didn't want Giannis to play. Again, remember, we're pushing it through the prism of not healthy enough to play, but I think we all kind of see the forest for the trees here.
Well, but also, like, there is a distinction between not healthy enough to play and Giannis playing through, because Giannis has played through injury how many ever times? And he could have been deemed a number of those. You could have deemed Giannis not healthy enough to play in the finals 5 years ago when he played in the finals after hyperextending his knee, right? But he played through it. And I think that's where the gray area of that whole situation
I wonder what
exists.
their value will drop when he leaves, because they're worth $4.3 billion right now.
Did you just look that up?
Yeah. You impressed?
I'm more impressed.
Aren't you impressed?
I'm more
remembered your password
from 2018.
I'm more impressed that you found a way to get into your computer that you haven't been in God knows how long.
Continue as a guest. That's what you do when you lose your password or you forget it.
Browsing as a guest.
Currently
Welcome
a
into
guest.
Jen, Gabe, and continue as a guest on this Monday morning.
But
You're
this is
unbelievable.
I mean, it's an investment for Haslam.
Yeah.
You know? So if they get nothing for Giannis, my guess is their value.
What was the number you said?
4.3.
Yeah, that's accurate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm a little better on the road than I am at home, although I don't even know where my home is.
I was just about to ask, which one are you defining as home? Which one's on the road?
We are happy to have you back in studio, dude.
Am I still allowed to sing when I walk away?
Are you allowed to sing?
What do you mean?
We encourage
Josh,
you to sing.
loves it. Ho, ho, the mistletoe.
I might request a different tune.
Yeah.
You've been doing it for 6 years. Why would you? Yes.
I don't know.
I'm just so excited, and I'm sure Ellie is back here with me too, that we don't have to listen to him belch into the microphone while he's getting ready for segments.
See, that's on you, though. Because you have the ability to shut the microphone off.
Yeah, but sometimes you talk to me, and sometimes I got to talk to you.
Yeah.
So it's not going over the air, but Josh can still hear it.
I still don't know how this stuff works after I don't know how many years.
800-990-3776. Should Giannis have a say in who the Bucks' next head coach is? Let us know, 800-990-3776. We have some reaction rolling in this morning on the Carbless Talk and Text line. Ronnie in the 262 says, maybe this is an unpopular opinion, but I don't want Giannis back. Players with his playing style don't age well. Giannis is also a very difficult player to play with and develop rhythm and cohesion, unlike other superstars. You can't just throw a few other stars on the team and expect success, as we saw by adding Dame. Trade him, get whatever you can. The time has come to move on and rebuild.
800-990-3776 as folks react to Doc Rivers out as head coach of the Milwaukee Bucks. Not a huge surprise considering how the season went and some of the breadcrumbs that Doc had dropped in the last few weeks about maybe having other interests, wanting to see his grandkids, talking about how the season wasn't fun. We heard about the disconnect that was going on all season long between him and the players. But now what? Who's making the decision? And how much input should Giannis have in that decision? We'll continue this conversation as Jen, Gabe, and Chewy rolls on this morning on 94.5 ESPN Milwaukee.
Wisconsin, it's finally here. Yuengling. It's launched in Wisconsin after 197 years. Yuengling. It's the oldest brewery in America, family-owned and operated for 6 generations. Now available at your favorite bars, restaurants, and beer aisles across Wisconsin. I was just picking some up this weekend. Again, you can't miss it in those beer aisles. Wherever you're getting, wherever you're going, make sure you pick up some Yuengling. It's the oldest brewery in America, family-owned and operated for 6 generations, and now officially right here in Wisconsin. Yuengling, the oldest brewery in America. DJ Yuengling & Son, Pottsville, PA. Enjoy responsibly.
Jen, Gabe, and Chewy continues next on 94.5 ESPN.
Eastbound 94 slowing down from 70th Street all the way through the stadium interchange to about 35th. Westbound's just tight right through the stadium past Mitchell Boulevard. Northbound 41 heavy from just before North Avenue up to Burleigh. And eastbound 894 slowing down from about 68th Street past Loomis. Traffic is brought to you by Fisco Auto Body. Call Fisco Auto Body to help with all body repair needs. Fisco, Fisco, Fisco. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast. Today, partly cloudy skies, warm, chance for afternoon storms, a high of 74. Tonight, chance of rain and storms, mostly cloudy, a low of 60. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
All day, every day. The Cardless Talk and Text line is open for you.
We're not trying to get from A to B. We're trying to get from A to SB, as in the Super Bowl.
800-990-3776. The Cardless Talk and Text line. This is more. Stay up to date on the Green and Gold all off season. The Green and Gold Fix podcast is brought to you by Potawatomi Casino Hotel. Luxury stay, elite play, unwind in sophisticated comfort. Win big, dine, and experience the events in Milwaukee.
Running a business means wearing multiple hats. So if you're like me, you probably started out using your personal phone, taking client calls and texts nonstop. As my business grew, I needed something smarter. That's when I switched to Quo, the #1 business phone system. Quo works right on your phone or computer. No carrying 2 phones, no clunky landline, just one easy app you can try for free. Your team can share one number and handle calls and texts together like a shared inbox. Any teammate can jump into the conversation so customers get faster responses. And Quo's AI assistant summarizes your calls and responds to customers 24/7, so you never miss a lead or opportunity. All this starts at just $15 a month. That's basically 2 coffees. You can even keep your current business phone number. Find out why 90,000 businesses trust Quo. No missed calls, no missed customers. Try Quo for free at quo.com/sports. That's quo.com/sports to try Quo free. QUO.com/SPORTS.
Smalls here. Look, I get it. GLP-1 weight loss shots are popular. They're everywhere. But not everyone is thrilled about weekly injections. So what if your GLP-1 was as easy to take as a mint? That's why I want you to know about compounded terzepatide. It's a mint-flavored tablet you simply let dissolve under your tongue. No needles. It's designed to help curb appetite and reduce cravings, even sweets and carbs, which are my personal enemies. And when hunger's under control, it's easier to eat less. Stay away from the junk foods that trip you up and tackle your weight loss goals head on. And this is important. The compounded terzepatide is recommended by the medical board of the wellness companies, the doctors I trust. Look, if you're serious about getting your weight under control and weekly shots aren't your thing, I strongly encourage you to look into terzepatide. Getting started is fast with an easy online physician consultation. Imagine discovering a no-needle option that fits your needs. Go to noneedles.com/smalls. Promo code SMALLS to save $50. That's noneedles.com/smalls. Promo code SMALLS to save $50.
Prescription required. Always consult your doctor to determine if this product is right for you.
Life's better with American Family Insurance because we know you love working weekends. If it means working on your dream home, both inside and out.
And we're here to help protect those dreams so you can enjoy peace of mind. Save up to 40% when you bundle home and auto. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products, pricing, and availability vary based on the way you purchase insurance and by state. Some exclusions apply. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating companies, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
You're listening to Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
But remember he said his birthday?
Yeah.
Maybe we get a little freaky.
Yeah. And everyone's like, oh, look at our horny little boy. Good for him. Like, everybody's so supportive of Giannis, they just kind of look past it.
On 94.5 ESPN.
If you're buying or building a new home, Great Midwest Bank will help guide you every step of the way. They'll take care of giving you the best options, so when you're ready for your next big life decision, you'll get fast and flexible mortgage pre-approvals straight from Great Midwest Bank's experienced and, most importantly, local loan officers. From start to finish, you can bank with confidence. Great Midwest Bank is your simply local equal housing lender. See all of their customizable products at greatmidwestbank.com. Brandon in the 920 weighing in saying the Bucks should fire everyone this season. It was an absolute train wreck. We are asking you this morning, what? Why are you laughing?
It's just one of those funny because it's true situations.
It's not funny because it's true.
If I don't laugh, I'm going to cry, Jen. So which would you rather have?
I want you to cry.
I love how every time he comes back, there's just like...
I forget to, yeah.
There's training wheels.
All right, that one was on me.
Wow.
It usually is.
Yeah. Yeah, but we all thought there was potential for a train wreck, so we shouldn't be that surprised, right?
Train wreck? I don't know about that, if I'm being honest, Chew. I knew there was potential for there to be a gap year, which is sort of how it was sold to us, where it was like, you're going to see some flashes of, you got young players, they're going to be learning the ropes, Giannis is going to be out there, getting his 35 a night or whatever, but, might not win a lot of games, but you're going to see progress that you could feel optimistic about going forward. This was just...
Yeah, but we knew there, 50-50 chance they weren't making playoffs?
No, I mean, the Eastern Conference is...
So you thought they were in playoffs?
Oh, yeah. That even though they were going to be a bad team, that they were going to be... They missed the play-in by 11 games. It wasn't even close.
Yeah.
Wasn't even close.
Just got their doors blown off in a bunch of those games.
Yeah, they lost by 45 to the Nets.
Yeah.
The Nets won 20 games. One of them against the Bucks by 45.
Yeah.
So we have two asks for you this morning, loyal listeners. Who will be making the decision to hire the next Bucks head coach? Can you maybe read the tea leaves or read the writing on the wall and figure out who's making the decisions for this group? And should Giannis have a say in who the Bucks' next hire is? Let us know, 800-990-3776. We go out to the phone lines early this morning. Jason in Hale's Corner wants to weigh in on whether or not Giannis has a right to decide the next coach. Good morning, Jason.
Morning, guys. Thanks for taking my call. I don't believe Giannis has a right to have any inputs on the next coach. I believe the next coach is going to be decided by management. Why would you have Giannis have input on a new coach and then you're looking at trading him away? That kind of is, I don't know, it's kind of like a double-edged sword, if you will. You really don't want to do that kind of thing, but that's all I have for that. But I just want to give one quick shout out, and that is congratulations to the Wisconsin Badgers men's hockey team on a phenomenal year. One positive for the year, because the Bucks team, they suck this year. Thank you, guys.
Well, I would say that for a lot of people, the Badgers hockey team disappointed this weekend when they finished second.
Yeah. Maybe give me. I mean, sure, you can be disappointed in the game, but the season's really good.
Yeah, it was a great season. I was happy Michigan. I actually watched a lot of that. Happy Michigan lost. That was lush. Not a big fan.
Yeah, you've made that pretty clear lately, if we're being honest. All the teams that you, in all of the conversations we have had.
Well, it's a program in the last couple of years that have kind of gotten a pass of all the garbage they've done.
It's catching up to them.
Yeah, well, good. It should. Oh, I had a real. Oh, all right. Without Giannis, though, back to the coaching thing, it's not really a desirable job, is it?
I think it's a desirable job. There's only 30 of them. Here's what I will say about this. Though.
No.
Aren't there? Ooh, how do I articulate this? If Giannis is on the team, you're playing a certain style of basketball, and hopefully you have a coach who can embrace, teach, execute that. If Giannis isn't on the team, well, I would argue it could be a very different style of basketball. How are you reconciling that at this stage of the game?
I think it's attracting two different types of coaches, depending upon if Giannis is here and not here. And not even just from an X's and O's standpoint, just from like a conceptual standpoint, right? Like if Giannis is going to be here, I think you're going to want another veteran or two because, I mean, some of the stuff that happened in the locker room, yes, is on Doc, but also does not reflect well on the players, right? Of all the reports that came out between the athletic pieces and Shams and Ramona Shelburne and all these different pieces that have come out in the last 6 weeks or so. Like, okay, do you want a coach who's going to develop young talents and try to help them grow? Or do you want a veteran coach that's going to take some of the veterans and try to get this team to the postseason? Like, that's why you have to decide what this roster is going to look like.
It's like Jeff Hafley, okay? And I'll tie it into that. And I would go with the first type of coach you mentioned. Because Hafley probably told when he was sitting down with John Paul Sartre, said, look, we're getting rid of everyone. We're getting rid of Tua. We're getting rid of Hill. We're making trades. I need at least 3 or 4 years.
Mm-hmm.
And that's kind of what the Bucks are going to need if Giannis isn't here. They can't be firing these guys after 2 years, right?
Yeah, if Giannis isn't here.
Even if there's a lot of bumps in the road.
Trade Giannis. Now you got a bunch of picks. Hopefully you got a couple young players that come back in the trade as well that, okay, we've got a couple young guys we like. We can try to build something around a different
That's why I wouldn't want a veteran coach, because a veteran coach is going to be impatient.
Well,
most of them are impatient, like, why do we suck?
But if Giannis is going to be here, again, it's a different job.
Yes. I'm just saying he ain't going to be here.
Yeah.
I don't think he's going to be here.
Which, again, is one other element. It's one other layer to the how is this thing going to go? We have already talked about the timeline issue that they have, which is if you trade Giannis, it will likely be in the summer. The Supermax isn't until October 1, so you have to theoretically know whether or not he's going to sign the Supermax well in advance of that October 1 deadline. Now you're trying to hire a head coach, and I'm not sure if you put the cart before the horse or the horse before the cart, and I don't know which is which.
Someone's a horse, someone's a cart.
So I'm still figuring out which of the two are the two, because I think whoever is going to coach the Bucks wants to also know if he's going to be coaching Giannis or if he's going to be coaching sort of this misfit band of toys where they're just trying to pluck away at the draft and load it up with these young guys who are going to grow but will likely not be able to make noise right away.
Can they wait?
On the coach?
If the intention is to trade Giannis and they know it and they know that's going to happen, can you wait on a coach?
No, you just hire a coach. If you already know that.
If you don't know, Gabe, you just said if Giannis is here, hire a veteran coach, and if you're not, hire a younger guy. So,
which is why, Taylor Jenkins is a name that's kind of come up over the last couple of weeks, I feel, in rumor circles. He was a Bucks assistant for a year he's a Bud guy. Was an assistant in Atlanta for a number of years under Bud, was here 1 year before he went to Memphis, and he was the head coach for the Grizzlies for a number of years. And when he first got that job, it was a young team. He had to build it up, and then they went to the playoffs. And then he was unceremoniously fired toward the end of last season because Ja Morant didn't want to run his offense anymore. And that hasn't worked out for the Grizzlies either. But he's still out there. So that to me would kind of be, okay, he has built up, but he also has had some success. He's gone to the Western Conference. He's coached some veterans. That's kind of like the tweener coach I think you could get and have still, okay, hey, here's a veteran coach, somebody that can get the respect of Giannis. A veteran coach who can get the respect of a young team if you go that way. So Taylor Jenkins seems to be like the candidate I think that you can sell either way, if that's the direction they ultimately go.
Just because they're not going to have a prima donna on this team? I mean, it's more likely that when they trade Giannis, they're going to get draft picks instead of players, because why would you trade for Giannis if you're going to get rid of all your good players?
Well, it's going to be young players. Like young players
has been a dilemma that teams are facing.
Yeah, but you have to give players in return. It can't just be draft picks. The money has to match. That's always the problem with NBA trades. right? The money has to match, and obviously Giannis is making a high level.
Yeah.
So there's going to have to be a good player or two to kind of have something to build around to have salaries get close enough to match.
Is Darvin Ham a good option in so much as he obviously has a relationship with Giannis from the time that they have worked together, and also we believe that he can coach. He has coached elsewhere. So if Giannis isn't there, it's not so much a shock to the system of having to coach some of these other players. Or are you going, nah, man, we can't have an in-house option. You got to go out. Everybody who was associated with this organization this year stunk. You know, if Darvin Ham was so great, maybe he would have been able to influence Doc and say, what you're doing isn't working. Here's what should be working. And all of a sudden things start clicking, but it didn't. So are you one of these people who is like, intrigued by the Darvin Ham possibility, or you want them to make sure they go outside of anybody who's been in that building?
I'm intrigued by Darvin, but again, I think that's a hire that you would to try to placate Giannis. Like clearly, if Darvin ends up getting the job, to me, that's the Bucks trying to convince Giannis to stick around because they think Darvin's got a really good relationship with Giannis, and that still could work out. Like, I mean, he had a little bit of success before he was fired in Los Angeles. He's still looked at as, you know, a good coach and assistant coach throughout this league. I mean, he was the lead assistant for this Bucks team, and I'm assuming he's going to be getting head coaching opportunities because of his past. But I look at that as, oh, okay, we're going to try to placate Giannis with somebody he knows and is comfortable.
What's the timeline?
That's the great question, Chew, because they got to have conversations earlier than they typically have conversations with Giannis, but they have to repair that relationship in order to see if he would be willing to stick around. Like there's a lot that has to happen.
Beat other teams to the punch,
and
because
then,
I'm sure he's not the only one that's going to be fired.
Yeah, and oh, by the way, you got to get this all figured out before the NBA draft.
Which is June?
Yeah, late June.
Okay.
800-990-3776. Lots of reaction rolling in on the Carbless Talkin' text line this morning. Ryan from Mugwanago says, loyal listener here, I think the new controlling owner will be the one making this decision. That must be Jimmy Haslam, right? The new controlling owner.
He shouldn't make any decision.
Well, so technically he has, again, the same amount as Edens and Dinan, and Edens is the governor. So technically, the decision should come down to Edens, but if they're working together, it might be a joint thing.
But when does that switch happen?
Not for another year, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, but we don't know what's up with Horst.
I thought it was sooner than that.
Right? If they let go of Horst, then you got to hire a GM before you hire a head coach. Correct?
I guess theoretically, Horst should have been the horse in my analogy, right then? If we
Instead
were
of
doing
the cart
and the Horst.
There are a lot of organizations, particularly in the NBA, where the coach ends up with a lot more say than the GM.
Yeah. I like chicken and egg.
As far as analogies go.
I just don't get why you would put a cart before a horse.
You wouldn't.
Which is why the analogy works.
Yeah.
Okay.
And again, I'm just trying to figure out which is which in this whole thing.
Yeah.
Ryan from Milwaukee says, Giannis can have a say if he signs the Supermax. I know the timing doesn't add up. If Haslam is deciding and Giannis is gone, get ready for the NBA basement for a very long time. And Ron in the Key says, I'll answer your question with a question. Should Giannis have a say in who the Packers' next head coach is? Because he's got as much of a likelihood of playing for the Packers as he does for the Bucks after this year. 800-990-3776. Let us know your thoughts. Should Giannis have a say? Giannis, who is still a member of the Milwaukee Bucks, has another year on his contract. Should he have a say in who the next head coach of the Milwaukee Bucks is now that Doc Rivers is out?
If you've been putting off replacing your windows and doors, now is the time, because Pella of Wisconsin offering 0% interest financing all the way until 2030. That's right, 0% interest until 2030. In Wisconsin, you know your home takes a beating year-round. The right windows and doors can improve comfort, boost energy efficiency, and upgrade your home's look. Pella's experts help you find the perfect fit for your home and budget, and that's what they did for me. So we got a new front door last year, and we also got, and it didn't get installed until later in the year, so I never got to use it, a hidden screen door for our front door. So I'm in our living room yesterday. I'm kicking back. I'm watching the major championship golf that's on TV. It was a beautiful day. So open that front door, close that screen. My wife walks in and goes, oh, you going to try the screen? Like, yeah, it's there. Like, you can't even see it. It is awesome. It is a great look. And I would have never known about it if not for Pella's experts who helped me find the perfect fit for us in our home. And with 0% interest until 2030, upgrade now, pay over time without paying a dime in interest. So don't wait. Visit PellaWI.com today.
Your state, your teams, your ESPN. The ESPN Wisconsin app. Find the ESPN Wisconsin app in the Apple or Android app stores today. More Jen, Gabe, and Chewy coming up on 94.5 ESPN.
894 eastbound, we're seeing the bigger backups from the Hale interchange all the way to Loomis. We've got eastbound 94 backing up from just before 70th Street all the way through to 35th. Westbound tightening up around 30th all the way to Hawley Road. Northbound on 41 through the construction zone from about Mayfair Road. You're going to see delays all the way up to Burleigh. Traffic is brought to you by James Imaging Systems, your local document imaging partner dedicated to helping businesses do business better. Visit jamesimaging.com. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast. Today, partly cloudy skies, warm, chance for afternoon storms, a high of 74. Tonight, chance of rain and storms, mostly cloudy, a low of 60. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
At Uline, they know firsthand the road to success is an uphill climb. Uline started in the family basement, and through hard work is now North America's most trusted shipping and industrial supplier. They get what it means to have the support of reliable, hardworking partners. So they keep 41,000 items ready to ship. Whether your company is still in a basement office or expanding cross-country, Uline will be there on your road to success. Visit uline.com.
Look around your office. Does it look like 1994 called and wants its lobby back?
Most brands just show up, often amongst outdated decor.
At Captivate Exhibits, ordinary space is the enemy. Beige walls, faded graphics, that motivational poster no one reads.
That's not culture, that's camouflage.
Captivate designs and build spaces that don't whisper, they speak. They spark conversations. People lean in.
Stop blending in and start captivating today at CaptivateExhibits.com.
If you love to travel, Capital One has a rewards credit card that's perfect for you. With the Capital One Venture X card, you earn unlimited double miles on everything you buy. Plus, you get premium benefits at a collection of luxury hotels when you book on Capital One Travel. And with Venture X, you get access to over 1,000 airport lounges worldwide. Open up a world of travel possibilities with the Capital One Venture X card. What's in your wallet?
Terms apply. Lounge access is subject to change. See CapitalOne.com for details.
Smalls here. What if you could enjoy the flavor of a cocktail without the alcohol? Meet RK Zero Proof, a pioneer in the alcohol-free spirits category that delivers bold taste and a warming sensation, but with zero alcohol, zero sugar, zero carbs, and zero calories. So you can celebrate with friends, unwind after a long day, and wake up tomorrow feeling great. It's all the ritual of a drink without the regret. Discover RK at rkbeverages.com. That's ARKAY beverages.com. RK, the spirit without the alcohol.
Hey, it's Kyle Wallace, and April is the perfect time to reset your home for the long run. And Universal Windows Direct makes that decision so easy. Right now, when you buy 2 windows, you get 2 free, and there's no limit. Plus, you'll get 24 months with no payments and no interest. They're also offering a $500 bonus off your next home improvement project. Call 414-410-2000 or visit universalwindowsdirect.com to schedule your free in-home estimate today. And like me, you'll be saying, I love my windows.
Michelob Ultra is brewed here. So is the grit that takes U.S. soccer players to the world's biggest stage. The excitement that fills a stadium before a single ball is kicked. The feeling when we rally together behind one team. From the pitch to the pour, Superior is brewed here. Michelob Ultra, proud sponsor of the U.S. men's national soccer team. Enjoy responsibly. 2026 Anheuser-Busch, Michelob Ultra Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
This is Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
Hey, everyone who I let try borscht likes it. They don't love it, but it's a liver.
What an endorsement.
This is your but hold on.
There's your airline, guys. Good luck. I don't even have to talk anymore.
On 94.5 ESPN.
It is a great Midwest Bank Mortgage Monday here on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy. If you're buying a home, you can apply for a stress-free mortgage from Great Midwest Bank and experience your state of banquility. Visit greatmidwestbank.com. Back here on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy, get up on the televisions above us in the studio are asking, has Giannis played his final game for the Milwaukee Bucks? And apparently, Giannis talked about it after the Bucks' final game of the season. Talked for about 10 minutes, according to reports. And Gabe, if you're reading what I'm reading, sounds like he doesn't know. He sort of non-committal, but also maybe he'll be back. And when we have talked about this Giannis saga, obviously, this is part of the thing that just frustrates Bucks fans of like, can we just get a straight answer here, man?
Does Antetokounmpo feel like he's played his last game as a member of the Bucks? That's a very good question. Antetokounmpo said in response to a question from The Athletic on Sunday night, I don't know. It's not up to me anymore. It's not up to me. We'll see.
Once again, I don't think he gets it. I just don't. It's not very, I mean, he's driving the bus. He knows. I just don't, I don't get it. You're driving the bus. You should know you're driving the bus. If you don't, your agent should tell you that you're driving the bus.
On this decision.
Because
I think maybe, Chew, the whole thing with him not playing over the last month of the season has made him second guess who is driving the bus, which I would argue are two separate, related, but separate issues, right?
Yeah.
The Bucks, again, for all intents and purposes, want Giannis back. But if Giannis had been telling them that he wanted out, then they weren't going to let him play. And again, push it through the prism of not being healthy enough just for accuracy's sake. Because they couldn't, as you have said, Chewy, afford to let take the Ferrari out in the snow.
Yeah.
Well, even if they want him back, they want him healthy for next year. Right? They don't want him going out there and suffering any sort of catastrophic injury in the final 13 games that don't mean anything, even if he's going to be a member of this team. Like, they don't want him to have an injury because the games were insignificant. They didn't mean anything.
But do you think he does this stuff because he's nervous about going somewhere else?
No, he doesn't want to be the bad guy.
You think so?
I mean, am I taking crazy pills here? The governor, Wes Edens, told us he signs a Supermax extension or he's traded.
Yep.
That is him and ownership telling you, this is on Giannis.
But they're saying we want you back then, right? I mean,
the preference would be to have him back, but if he doesn't want to sign that extension, then the Bucks got to do what they got to do.
It's literally only up to him. It's his decision. We don't need to play in the margins.
So I hate using this phrase because people misuse it often, but this is gaslighting.
Yes.
This is some gaslighting here, right? If Giannis is trying to convince the fan base that it's not his decision, where, to Josh's point, ownership has said, sign the Supermax or we're going to trade you, it very much is his decision.
Yep.
Sign the Supermax or we will trade you. Decide if you want to sign the Supermax or not. And what now, here again, when we talk about order of operations, because I feel like this is going to be a very important detail, does Giannis have the right to wait and see who the head coach is going to be before he signs the Supermax?
Absolutely, because he can't. He legally cannot sign the Supermax until October 1st. So the Bucks will have a head coach in place before he signs that, which again, if the Bucks want him around, they have to find some way to repair the relationship. So when if he says, oh yeah, I'll sign that on October, they know they can trust and believe that he would actually sign it in October.
But October 1 is a false deadline. Because they will have to know well in advance of that because of when the trade market will be this summer.
Oh, 100%. But if Giannis, what if Giannis goes, yeah, I'll sign it, and then October 1st comes, he doesn't like the head coach, doesn't like the draft pick, doesn't like whatever, and then he doesn't sign it, right? That's where you have to repair the relationship and get some of that trust back because there's no trust right now. That's also what this says. That's what this also says to me. There's no trust, but either way right now.
This is a 5-alarm fire.
Oh, yeah.
Right? There's no question that this is bad at every front. Yeah. Where is it good?
But what response is good enough for the Bucks?
I mean, Bango's still pretty good. Like, he's pretty good when he's off the trampoline, kind of does some dunks. I mean, he's not going up on the 20-foot ladder anymore, but that was a little crazy dangerous. Like, yeah, Bango's still doing a pretty good job.
But what if it comes to the day before the draft, because you said he can't sign it till October, and he says, I think I might sign it. I'm not sure. That's not enough?
No.
So what's enough?
But hold on a minute.
I'll sign it.
If Giannis has been doing these things to ensure that he's the good guy in this, right? When we're talking about white hat, black hat, good guy, bad guy. He's been doing all of these things. If they don't trade him in the summer, the theory will be, and I think fans will be right in this, that he said he was going to sign the Supermax.
Correct.
So if you get to October and he doesn't sign it, that's as bad of a bad guy as it gets.
Yes.
And then your legacy is completely tarnished. Is that right? Am I right about reading that correctly?
Yes. Correct. 100%.
Because nothing's binding. I mean, it's not like he can sign an LOI. because that's not even binding. They have to be able to.
Oh, Chewy knows one that you don't?
Letter of intent.
Oh, come on. Chewy, you had him.
Oh, I'm sorry.
You had him. You could have, like,
Did you say L-O-I?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you said L-L-I.
Oh, no. L-O-I.
That's the Super Bowl, I believe.
That's why.
Or it will be someday.
What Super Bowl would that even be? 101? No, LL.
What's
no,
L?
50,
L was
right?
50,
So there
yes.
would be no LL because 100 has its own letter.
Yeah, but it goes along the lines. You said, how do you get to 10 in football? There's a lot of different ways to get to 10.
Super Bowl 101, LL1.
Yeah. But, I mean, you just have to do it based on trust, and I don't know how you trust a guy.
Well, and he obviously doesn't trust the front office. They don't trust him. It's not great. It's not a great situation right now. There's no trust anywhere.
So does it have to be a definite yes? Are you signing the Supermax the day before the NBA draft? He has to tell them yes.
Yeah.
In order to not trade him.
If
There's
we're
no
using,
waffling.
If we're using the deadline spurn action, theory that Andrew Brandt always puts out there on social media, the actual deadline, to Jen's point, it's not October 1st. It's the day before. It's the day of the NBA draft.
June 24th. Circle it on your calendar, folks.
That is the actual deadline. If Giannis is still a member of the Bucks past the draft, either somebody was negligent if they trade him after that, or he's going to sign the Supermax.
Yeah.
It's either incompetency or he's sticking around. And there's no in between on June 25th.
Drama. Good stuff.
That's why I said this is a 5-alarm fire, man.
This is the best mood I've seen in him in a Monday.
Yeah.
He's just basking in this drama right now.
That is. It's
He loves it. 800-990-3776. On coaching, Frank in the 414 says, I would hire Mitch Johnson. I don't know Mitch Johnson. I got to do a deep dive on who that is. Gabe, you know who Mitch Johnson is?
I do not.
Are there examples of superstars having a ton of say in their organization and being successful? Cody in the 262 wants to know. Ron in the Key says, in addition to Bango being pretty good, the backup radio guy was great this year.
I mean, I'm not looking for compliments, but
hey, take him.
I'll take him.
Ben V says, I'd prefer that he gets traded. I prefer him getting traded or him staying. I'm guessing it's I prefer him getting traded over him staying. He gets injured too often for me. 800-990-3776
or we found Giannis's burner account trying to play both sides.
That's a good point as well. Let us know, should Giannis have a say in who the next head coach of the Milwaukee Bucks is, as Doc Rivers is officially out as head coach of the franchise? We'll move on. We got a lot of other stuff to get to this show. Want to talk to Gabe about the Masters? We'll do that after this right here on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
When dinner feels complicated, keep it simple and satisfying. Pick and Save and Metro Market are making mindful eating easy with buy one, get one on Palermo's Primo Thin pizzas. If you're unfamiliar with Primo Thin, it's crispy, cracker thin crust, balanced topping, big flavor in every bite because, yeah, of course, it's Palermo's. And Primo Thin, it's the perfect for enjoying just the right amount without feeling heavy. Buy one, get one means flexibility. Enjoy one tonight, save one for later, or share and savor it together. It's pizza that fits into a thoughtful routine. Simple ingredients, great taste, and portion-friendly thin crust. But don't wait. Buy one, get one. It's only good through April 14th. So today, tomorrow, it's the last chance for you to take advantage of Palermo's Primo Thin. Buy one, get one at Pick and Save and Metro Market. Palermo's Primo Thin. Mindful eating made easy and delicious.
More Jen, Gabe, and Chewy coming up on 94.5 ESPN. Whether it's live or in podcast form, you've heard us on air with all of our shenanigans.
Gabe, I'm throwing some. Why are you throwing? I don't want.
Now see your favorite 94.5 ESPN shows streaming on video.
By me, by the way. I hit that microphone like 4 out of 6 times on that.
Subscribe to ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube and get notified when we hit the air live. Plus, you can watch back any second that you miss and see original digital content too. Watch, listen, interact. ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube.
Take it home this April at Potawatomi Casino Hotel Milwaukee. $300 grand is on the line, and you're at bat to win your share. Just play with your rewards card for entries, prize drawings on Thursdays. Plus, your April drawing entries all count toward another prize drawing in June. It's the Base Race Game Show. Only at Potawatomi. More info online. Must be 21 and a rewards member to play.
We all know winning means showing up stronger, faster, better than before. And when you're chasing that edge, the Drop by GNC cuts through the noise, bringing you the best new innovations in sports nutrition and performance. From muscle building and strength support to improved recovery and focus, we curate the newest drops from GNC Amp, Pro Performance, and Mega Min. Plus, Ghost, Raw Nutrition, Bucked Up, and the top new brands changing the game. No guesswork, just leveling up. Check out the Drop by GNC for what's new, what works, and what's next.
Evan Cohen here. In life, as in sports, the pros make it look easy. That's why pro golfers like Jason Day, Ben Griffin, and Patton Kazire trust the pros in lawn care. True Green. They have the experience and expertise to give you a lawn worthy of the PGA Tour. And since True Green does the work for you, you get more free time, or more tee times. So stop stressing over your lawn and start loving it. Sign up now at TrueGreen.com because nobody makes it easier to get a golf course quality lawn than True Green, the official lawn care treatment provider of the PGA Tour.
So the body knows that it needs to heal itself, but it doesn't know how to concentrate it and target it into just one area. So that's where we come in.
By we, Dr. Ashley Caravelli means the nation's leader in regenerative medicine, QC Kinetics.
We put in those treatments, then it sends out like little signalers to your body. We're able to make the body focus on the areas that need the most healing.
QC Kinetics has gathered brilliant medical minds like Dr. Caravelli and Dr. Mitchell Scheinkup, a pioneer in the field of regenerative medicine, to lead the way in these innovative pain treatments.
So at QC Kinetics, we have a whole team working nationwide with cutting-edge research to reach our patients and treat them and know that surgery is no longer their only option.
The consultation is free. Find out if you're a candidate. Call QC Kinetics today.
Call QC Kinetics, 414-240-2298. That's 414-240-2298. 414-240-2298.
In 1987, the Bucks took on the world and changed basketball forever.
At stake, basketball supremacy in the United States.
Bucks versus the World, narrated by Charlie Behrens, is the new season of Behind the Bucks podcast, presented by Gallagher, your trusted insurance broker and HR and benefits consultant. It's the untold story of the 1987 McDonald's Open, when the Bucks became the first NBA team to face the Soviet Union. Listen now on Bucks.com/plus, the Bucks app, the ESPN Wisconsin app, and wherever you get podcasts.
Screaming Sicilian, more is amore. Screaming Sicilian, more is amore. Amore, pepperoni, amore, mozzarella, amore. Screaming Sicilian,
Screaming Sicilian frozen pizza. More toppings, more flavor. More is amore.
This is Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
Our JV football coach demanded that we wore black shoes because he wanted us to look slower. Now, I didn't need any help in that department. but
Thanks for beating me to it, Josh.
On 94.5 ESPN.
If you're chasing big jackpots and nonstop excitement, Potawatomi Casino Hotel is your place to play. With fast payouts, you're always right back in the action before you know it. Never miss out on a jackpot. Keep track of the jackpot amounts with digital billboards around the city and screens all over the casino. They've got more than 2,600 slot machines, including exclusives right off the Vegas Strip. They're always bringing the latest, greatest games to the Midwest. And if you're not sure where your favorite game is located, that's a problem that I have often, by the way, because they move stuff around so frequently. The slot attendants are experts on the floor. They can help you locate it quickly. Play your way with denominations from 1 cent all the way up to $100. Whether you enjoy classic reels or the latest interactive games, there's always something new to discover at the Potawatomi Casino Hotel. We were locked in. Usually I'll tell you that Master Sunday is a napper on the couch, right? Man, we were locked into that final round because it wasn't just Rory who continued to hold the lead after struggling a little bit. He did so well the first 2 days, right, Gabe? And then he struggled a little bit on Saturday, but bounced back with a fever on Sunday. But we were locked in because it was a jammed leaderboard, right? As opposed to somebody just kind of like running away with it. In this case, it would have been Rory. You had Scheffler, you had Young, you had Rose, you had all of these guys who at various points had the opportunity to close the gap even more, maybe even force a playoff with Rory McIlroy. And at every chance, it felt like they squandered those opportunities, right?
Yeah, I mean, again, I don't even know. I mean, Scotty missed. I still don't know how he didn't make a putt on that putt on 17 that just barely slid by. I mean, but he was in it. I mean, Scotty was 12 back to enter the weekend, and he almost got all the way there to catch Rory. So, I mean, again, it was a big task for Scotty to chase him down. But yeah, the other guy, I mean, Rose shot 38 on the back. There were opportunities. Nobody stepped up and really took them. And Rory was able to kind of cruise into 18 with that 2-shot cushion, make a bogey, and still win.
That was a terrible tee shot. Goes into the pine straw. He's asking the patrons, move out of the way to like clear the lie so you can see the tee. I mean, it was...
Everyone took a shot at Gag because early in the round, Rory was not good.
The 3-putt from 5 feet on 4 was a rough look.
Scotty was on fire to start the round off, and then he just plateaued. I'm like,
oh, he was doing so well, though.
And then he got hot again.
Because he made the birdies on, I mean, he made birdie from jail on 15, made the birdie on 16.
And was it Morikawa that had like 5 straight birdies at one point on the back nine?
He could barely walk, guys. I don't know if you noticed that. Like he injured his back at the Players.
Oh, okay.
Hasn't played since and wasn't sure if he was going to be able to play this week. Like he looked like he was in pain. He holed out on Saturday and like gave it a big fist bump because he holed out from the fairway on 15 and looked like he was just, oh, nope, can't do that. Can't do that. Like he was gingerly moving all over the place. For him to somehow be in the conversation there at the end was incredible.
But Justin Rose, I mean, he had it going, and then he gagged a little bit. And Cam Young, big-time gag. Henley just kind of didn't have enough holes left because he had it going.
But it's just, that's what that golf course can do to you. Once you know, like, you hear that roar on 12, and you see, oh, okay, Rory's now at 13 under par after he, hit the shot of the day at 12. I mean, I can't remember the last time I saw a shot that good to that pin location on a Sunday. And, okay, well, now here we go, and everybody starts getting a little tight. And even though you can make birdies on those holes, you just have to go out and get it. Like, guys, they were just coming up short. Just didn't have enough left in the tank to try to chase him down. Because I think, honestly, it took a lot out of the guys to try to cut into that deficit on Saturday. And it's just such a long, long run, Saturday, Sunday, that a lot of guys just ran out of gas.
I thought Rose was going to do it. He looked so confident early yesterday, and then it was just one after another. 11, 12, 15, 17. I think they 3-putted on 15, and it was like, but you need to pick up strokes here. What are we doing? And you could tell that he was frustrated, obviously, with his performance. But again, I was obsessed with the drama. It was creating drama because these guys were trying to chase him down and Rory doing everything he can to hold him off. And then it felt like, he's on his last hole, doesn't like the tee shot, but he recovered from it. And then even on the green, right, the putt didn't go in. He was like, it's fine. And then it ended up being from 4 inches or something like that. So that was the final shot. I will say this. I thought the camera crews for CBS were really struggling late in that one. A couple of times couldn't find the ball off the tee.
Yeah.
A couple of times, which is wild, by the way. You're at the Masters. It's the final round. How do you not know where the ball went? And then on Rory's last putt, they're showing the backside of him. His foot is blocking the ball. You don't see his face and the elation and the relief and all. Like, that's what we want to see, man. Spin him
around. And then Prime earlier sucked. Smiley was coming. I'm like, will you shut up? This is golf. You don't have to talk every single minute, right? I thought they talked way too much.
I mean, again, usually the Masters is the best tournament of the year to watch because it's limited commercials because it's Augusta, right? Like they limit the amount of commercials, and usually, again, everybody's like locked in because this is the Super Bowl of golf in terms of all the people working it. And it was like nobody had any idea after Rory was in the pine straw and he hits his second shot into the front bunker on 18.
Yeah.
Nobody had any idea that his shot was in the bunker for 2 minutes.
Yeah.
He comes out of the pine straw, and you're like, okay, where's he walking? And, Jim Nance didn't know. Nance and Immelman had no idea where this golf ball was. I do. I think he's very good.
You don't like Faldo better?
Oh, no. Faldo was a dip bleep.
What?
Yeah.
And speaking of dip bleeps, there was a guy sitting behind one of the holes. I'm not sure which one it was. I probably should have written this down. Who had the hat on. Egg salad.
Yeah, those.
And I thought of Joshy every every single time I saw him. Oh, it's Egg Salad Guy. Because you said last week those hats suck.
They do suck.
Yeah, they do suck.
They are terrible. And the funny thing is, and there was another woman too. People position themselves in the exact camera shot because they know the angle at which they're. And you see people every single day at the same exact spot because they just camp out.
Which you would think around the tee, around the green, that wouldn't. No, I'm sorry, around the green, that wouldn't be the case because they move the cup.
Yeah.
So you don't think that you'd be in the shot every time around the green.
That's on the tee box on 16.
16
So every time they're looking back at the player from that green side
Egg Salad
camera,
Guy.
You see Egg Salad Guy.
Salad Guy. And I forget what the other woman was wearing, but I noticed her. I said, I think I've seen her 3 days in a row now.
Oh, she's been there forever. Go back and watch Tiger Shot in 19. She's right there, right next to Michael Phelps.
I think they've said
right
like
next to
20
Michael
years.
Phelps.
If you were talking about the same lady, she's
there.
got the same spot.
Every time. She's got the big old hat on. Yeah. That's just where she sits.
It's like a parade. She puts her chair out now for next year's Masters.
That's the fun part about Augusta. So when you attend, if you put your chair down, you can go walk wherever you want. And if the chair's open, you can sit. But when that person comes back, hey, that's my seat. I put it out there. Okay, thank you. And you get up and you leave.
Oh, like a seat filler.
Yeah.
Oh, I've been there.
That's kind of the unwritten common courtesy rules of Augusta National.
Now you're thinking about that time the guy hit on your wife, aren't you?
Well, someone should have told me that there was going to be seat fillers, and then I wouldn't have.
Let's make sure and say that
seat filler
the person was not hitting on his
such a triggering word for our guy, seat filler. All right, we got to take a break on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy. A lot of stuff to still get to. We'll be right back after this.
Jen, Gabe, and Chewy are back after this on 94.5 ESPN.
Things slowing down along southbound 43 from just south of Silver Spring all the way down to about Locust. Northbound's backed up from North Avenue up towards Locust as well. Northbound 4394 slow coming out of the Mitchell interchange up and around the Plainfield curve up past Oklahoma Avenue. We've got westbound 94 hitting the brakes from 27th Street all the way to Hawley Road. Back on the brakes from the Zoo interchange all the way to Sunny Slope. Actually make that all the way to Calhoun. On the eastbound side, we've also got backups from Highway F through the Barker Road area, back on the brakes from 76th Street all the way to 35th. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast. Today, partly cloudy skies, warm, chance for afternoon storms, a high of 74. Tonight, chance of rain and storms, mostly cloudy, a low of 60. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazagon, 94.5 ESPN.
Don't think twice.
Don't let a busted garage door get you down. Call my friends at Geist today. For 70 years, Geist has been the trusted garage door authority in Wisconsin. With brands like CHI and LiftMaster, they have doors for every budget and will even build custom designs to get your exact needs. For swift and reliable garage repair solutions, go to geistdoors.com. That's GEIS doors.com. You can also visit their amazing showroom in Brookfield, featuring hundreds of doors and openers and their custom design room.
Don't think twice. Call Geist.
Your brand doesn't need more square footage.
It needs more wow.
When you work with Captivate Exhibits, trade show booths become magnets. Lobbies become living stories. Break rooms become culture builders.
Captivate creates experiences people don't just see, they feel.
For more than 30 years, their award-winning team has transformed big ideas into bold brand moments that command attention and drive results.
Stop blending in.
Start captivating.
Visit CaptivateExhibits.com.
This is Brian Balaga. You're listening to 94.5 ESPN.
94.5 ESPN is WKTI and WKTI-HD Milwaukee.
A locally owned Good Karma brand station.
Showtime. The right way to start your day. This is Jen, Gabe, and Chewy, broadcasting live from the Gruber Law Office's One Call That's All studios at the Avenue with Gabe Neitzel and Mark Chamora. Here's Jen Latta.
Well, the Big Ten has made it official. Gabe, what is the announcement from the Big Ten?
Big Ten Commissioner Tony Petitti appoints Chris McIntosh Deputy Commissioner for Strategy. His role will officially begin on May 1st, 2026, according to a press release sent out just moments ago from the Big Ten.
For somebody whose career is marred in lack of strategy, interesting position for him to find himself in.
Yashi from the top rope.
Shot.
Yeah, I got
why do
more.
you blame him, though? Why do you... But I don't understand why you're blaming him. I don't blame him at all.
What, for saving face, leaving the university in a worse spot, and totally bungling NIL era?
There's that.
But if you put that aside...
Look, you cannot blame him for Fickell.
Sure you can.
Sure you can.
No, you can't.
He failed.
Because anyone would have hired Fickell out of Cincinnati. Anybody. And gave him the money that they did.
But you know where then you get the credit? What did Ron always do?
Cut guys.
Error quickly.
I know, but I think the university said, and through a pipeline, they don't want to pay 3 coaches at the same time. Or whatever it was. That was the report I got. And that's why they didn't fire him.
Then again, you still have to blame. I mean, it happened. Yes, you hired the guy, but either you didn't support him enough, you get blame. You are the leader of the athletic department, and you set ablaze what your predecessor had set you up for because of your inability to react to the NIL era.
But he doesn't get street cred for women's hockey winning the national championship.
No.
Men's hockey getting to the final
Men's
game.
hockey, sure, because he hired that coach. Like, Mark Johnson's been there forever. You let Mark Johnson. I mean, he would have. Like, if women's hockey went into the tank because, like, he meddled with Mark Johnson, like, there's no way he was going to get credit for that because Mark's been, the best coach, period, in the state for 20 years.
All right, so maybe a little bit of credit for not meddling then and messing it up, right? If he was smart enough to leave him well enough alone, that's a strategy.
Sure. If you want to give him credit for leaving the good programs alone.
I just can't give him all the credit for Fickell because, like I said, people would have hired him.
I mean, Fickell gets a lot of the blame too.
Joshy brought up NIL. And the function of ADs and even head coach, because I don't think Fickell does this. You can't just rely on alumni to handle NIL. You have to fundraise.
Yep. And
the reports are that they're not very good at fundraising there. So then that's on them.
Yeah.
That's on them.
Like, because when NIL hit in 2021, it seemed like the University of Wisconsin was just like, oh, the NCAA will come up with a solution for this, and then we'll figure it out after that. Yeah. And the NCAA was not ready for anything, and then they fell behind, and now the football program is where it is.
We don't want to give McIntosh any credit for the fundraising campaign that led to the construction of the Kellner Family Athletic Center, a $285 million project that will be home to the new indoor football facility. I'm reading this from Yahoo Sports.
So whose name is on that?
Kellner.
That's who I give credit to. Because I'm guessing good old Teddy is the one who's footing a lot of that bill of $285 million. And Ted Kellner has been the booster for the University of Wisconsin
of note
forever. Like you would be, again, like you don't get credit for him continuing to donate because that's just what Ted's going to do. That's what Ted wants to do with his money.
Yeah.
It's not the only name, not the only building that's got his name on in Madison. So if you'd have screwed that up, like that's the only way that wouldn't have. Yeah. So I don't give a ton of credit for McIntosh for that building.
So I guess the way I see this is that he realized after 5 years as the AD of Wisconsin that it's a tougher job than he thought it was going to be. Maybe Barry made it look easy. I know that Barry having his hands in a lot of things obviously contributed to, Barry was the face of Wisconsin football for as long as I can remember. It didn't matter who was coaching, didn't matter who was playing. It was always Barry Alvarez. And so I think that Chris McIntosh probably thought the job was easier than it was. So I guess I give him credit for saying, I am out over my skis. I am not going to be able to do in this role what I need to do in this role to benefit this program the way that it deserves. Therefore, if somebody throws me a life raft, I'm taking it. And it sounds like Tony Petitti and the Big Ten threw him a life raft. So there's a part of me that says, good on you for saying, I can't do this job. I thought I could do this job. I'm not good at this job. I got to get out and moving on to another role.
The problem is he would never say that.
I'm reading between the lines.
I understand, but like
it's self-serving.
Yeah.
Yeah, but what if he knew they were going to fire him?
I mean,
he probably was going to be fired if Badgers football underperforms this year. I guarantee his.
Well, that's what he's just evading getting fired
because everything, like his boss, is leaving at the end of the school year.
Yeah.
She's going to now be the chancellor of the University of Wisconsin. Is going to be the president of Columbia.
Mm-hmm.
So she is leaving. So whoever comes in, could look at this and go, hey, you guys haven't been good enough. Deuces. See you later. We're restarting this thing. So, I think all of that factors in this is a whole change of leadership. The athletic department right now is a little shaky because, football's the lifeblood of every athletic department, right? It's the lifeline of every athletic department unless you don't have football. And the football program hasn't been good enough. Attendance has been down. People are not renewing their season tickets. Like, when those things are being let, and they're still trying to pump more money, taken away from other things into that football program to make them competitive to try to bring everything else back up. And if that doesn't work this year, because you brought back Fickell, chances are Fickell and McIntosh would have been gone with a new person in charge.
So where do they go?
I don't know.
Go with another former player? Because I remember, I thought Barry.
Did you hear Evan last night on the special program that they had?
Yeah, he suggested Mark Tauscher.
Just floating Tausch's name out
Well,
there.
Don
Stump it
Davey,
for
who I
Tausch.
played with in Green Bay, was a Rhodes Scholar. I heard years ago that he was going to hand it off to him.
Okay.
Now, I was a Rhodes Scholar, too, and that ain't easy. So he's a really, really smart dude, and I played with him.
Whatever's about to happen right now.
What do you think a Rhodes Scholar is?
I used to work for the Massachusetts DPW,
Okay,
and
see,
anytime there
exactly.
was a flood that would wash out the road,
Sure.
they brought in the Rhodes Scholar. That's a true story, by the way, too. I did work.
I knew you had
Yeah.
something.
It's pretty
in the
good by you.
I knew you had something.
So you wanted
I thought it might have something to do with
ask
drinking
you.
with like Dusty Rhodes or something, but hey.
about the Rhodes Scholar. Cody Rhodes, I don't know. Most athletic directors today come from a business background, right? I mean, again, I haven't done a deep dive on the resumes of all of the athletic directors for Division I programs, but I feel like the people I've met in my journey, most of them have a business background as opposed to having played a sport or, and again, I understand that there may be some value in that, especially if you mentored under Barry Alvarez, the previous athletic director. But I think that's what you need. This is a lot more of, the NIL and the raising money and the making sure that the coffers are filled so that you can compete, so you can go out and buy players so that you can compete at a high level, so you're an elite program. Because as we've said, Chewy, and this is where your chicken or the egg analogy comes in, what comes first? The success of the program or the money?
Well,
the success of the program leads to money, but you need that money to come in before the program can be successful.
There's a bunch of ADs under him, like his soldiers.
Sure.
Right? Because George Kuntz was an AD at Marquette. Jen? Wasn't he?
No, he was at Milwaukee. He was at UWM.
I think he was at Marquette
Before he
that,
took that
and then
job?
he went to Milwaukee, and he said his function was to raise money for the university. So, he does have a staff.
Right now, the deputy AD, Marcus Sedberry, who is also the football GM, is going to serve as the interim AD. That's coming from the Wisconsin State Journal.
Okay.
And they also said, the State Journal also saying the search for a new AD is going to be led by Eric Wilcox, who is going to be the interim chancellor after Jennifer Nukin leaves at the end of the school year.
Okay.
So a lot of interim things going on at the University of Wisconsin. And that's what's interesting, because you would think, again, that the chancellor would want to say over the athletic director because of how much money is involved in athletics and college sports now. But they may not have the luxury of being able to wait to hire a chancellor and then have the chancellor be the one who's in charge of hiring the athletic director.
Typical requirements for a Division I athletic director include a bachelor's degree with a master's degree in sports management, business, or administration, often preferred, substantial experience in athletic administration, high-level business management, or coaching is also essential. Strong leadership, financial acumen, communication, and interpersonal skills, crucial to manage the high-profile coaches and large staffs. And look, a lot of it is schmoozing, right? You got to have the personality for schmoozing. You got to go out there to those donors, those people with the deep pockets. You got to be able to convince them that your program is on the right path, that you are going to bring prestige and positive attention to the university. And for the low payment of enter millions here, they can contribute to that.
And so I saw a lot of fans like on social media last night going, "Oh, Jamie Pollard, he's the AD at Iowa State. oh, he's a Wisconsin guy, went to UW Oshkosh. He was a deputy AD at Wisconsin before he took the job back in the early 2000s at Iowa State. Why would Jamie Pollard leave?
Yeah.
Iowa State's in a really good spot from an athletic department. Why would he leave that job and try to come resurrect a football program?
Yeah, it's a great point.
Well, they did lose Campbell to
Penn State.
Let
me ask you this, though, because this is what I'm trying to figure out. Joshy, it seems like you're pretty critical of Chris McIntosh, and yet at the same time, he is now no longer associated with the program that you follow. I would think that this is a happy day for you, but it feels like you are unhappy because of the way he went about it.
Yes. Well, I'm happy he's gone. I'm happy he moved on. I think it ends up being probably best for both parties if we look at it that way. I just don't want him to evade any responsibility for what the Wisconsin football and the NIL era has become. I think he holds responsibility to this, and I think it's a little bit of evading it because we all think if this season goes as we all anticipate, Luke Fickell will be fired, which then puts his name on the chopping block. So he's basically saving embarrassment.
How is it different than from what any other human being would do? If I get an inkling that I'm going to be fired, guess what I'm doing? I'm lining up my next gig.
Yeah.
Right? I want a seamless transition. I don't want to be out of work.
Yeah, and I could still think critical of that, especially when it comes to somebody responsible for the program. Like, yeah, you failed.
I think he recognized the writing is on the wall, man. I don't even think it matters what the Badgers do this season.
That's fine.
You better not leave us like that other turncoat did, or you're going to get blasted.
I'm not worried about you, brother.
You know who the turncoat is.
Yeah, you're talking about Ashton.
Yeah.
The big question
Who
is...
else could it have been?
I don't know.
The big question is I know the Brewers got swept, the Bucks lost and their season ended, but Doc Rivers out and Chris McIntosh out, Wisconsin sports won the weekend.
Yeah.
Huge weekend. We are better off
today
than we were yesterday.
It's a true story.
And I don't even know what's next for either of those positions. but getting worse would be a feat.
But as a fan, you want hope.
Yes.
And you can have it right now.
Uh-huh.
Didn't have it yesterday. Have it today.
I mean, the guy gave how many reapprovals of Luke Fickell last year? Was it 2 or 3 where he put his confidence behind him and then he left? Like, you can't see it through.
Okay, all right. Hear me out.
Local kid.
I'm going to say
Wisconsin.
I'm going to say the quiet part out loud. Barry Alvarez picked him. He handpicked Chris McIntosh to be the guy.
And he doesn't do search committees.
If Chris McIntosh failed, can we not at least on some level point to Barry and say maybe he wasn't the dude for the job? Maybe you were wrong. Or do we not feel comfortable doing that in the great state of Wisconsin, where Barry Alvarez has, connections everywhere and probably spies?
Do whatever you want to do. You can do what you want.
Yeah, it just sounds like
so I'm the only brave person here. Cool, great.
To me, it just sounds like laziness in the program because we all heard about Fickell and his relationship with high school coaches here. And
so that wasn't, they claimed that wasn't an issue last year. Do you want to know how many of the top recruits they took in Wisconsin this year?
How many?
Almost all of them. Mm-hmm. Wonder what changed there.
Yeah.
Was it all of us telling you how wrong you were about it the whole time?
Yeah.
But again, that's every new coach that ever comes in here, right? Like, that doesn't have Wisconsin ties. Oh, I don't need to do this. This is the way I'm going to do it. And then they fall flat on their face. And, I guess I have to do it a certain way in order to be successful here.
Yeah.
Blueprint's there. Just follow it. And look, the job changed for Mac. It did. NIL changed. He took over in 2021. That's when it hit. But he wasn't prepared for it. And that's on him. That's not on Barry. It's not on anyone else. That's 100% on him for not wanting to or refusing to change with the times.
Yeah, but maybe he did try. Again, I don't know. But maybe he did try to change. I don't think he went into it going, hey, this is the skill set I brought. This is the skill set you got.
Well,
my guess is
they went in with, the NCAA is going to figure something out and it's not going to be the Wild West forever. Guess what?
Yeah.
5 years later, it's probably even more Wild Westy than it was in 2021.
Yeah.
Here's a good litmus test for what people thought about him and his job. How many people have you seen come out and throw their support and say what a great job he did, or say, he was great for the program?
Oh, this is a loss for Wisconsin. I can't believe the Big Ten took a guy away.
None of the usual important people involved with Wisconsin athletics have had anything positive to say.
Yeah, but people were excited when they hired him. Right?
Yeah, I mean, he spent a lot of time.
But I think Barry's endorsement did a lot of that lifting.
Sure. Who hires the next one, Barry?
Well, the interim chancellor.
Well, sure.
I mean, I don't think Barry's got anything to do with it.
You don't think so?
No.
Not even he's a consultant? No.
Look, Barry's never been one to turn down a paycheck. If they want to pay him to help find a coach, I think Barry would very much jump in and help out for the right price.
Okay.
800-990-3776. Ryan from McGuanago said, you tell Barry he was wrong. You can't even say that you were wrong. Blocked. Reported. Thanks, Ryan. We'll take a break here on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy. Roll on, ready for this. Stick around.
Our friends at Events by Design wants to help you boost culture with captivating corporate events like appreciation parties, brand activations, and more. So if you have something like that that's happening this summer, reach out to Events by Design. Maybe you've seen some of the great things that they've done. Just take a look at some different social media accounts, whether it's the Bucks, the six-man soiree just wrapped up, big, huge, fancy event inside Fiserv Forum that they had a lot of hands-on with. If you happen to go to Thanalysis Live or see any of our social media posts about the Thanalysis Live podcast, they had a hand in helping design the sets that we had as well. For over 25 years, Events by Design has helped companies execute successful events. Retain top talent by investing in your culture today. Just search online, Events by Design. They design, you party.
Jen, Gabe, and Chewy continues next on 94.5 ESPN.
We've got some delays out there for sure. We got some debris in the roadway on 894 eastbound, right about at the ramp from 76th Street, though they may have to close off some lanes. But at the moment, it's backed up from the Hale all the way to Loomis. Westbound's backed up from the Mitchell all the way to 68th. We've also got northbound 4394 backing up right around the Plainfield curve, right out of the Mitchell, all the way up past Oklahoma Avenue. More delays then from about Beecher up to the high-rise bridge. Southbound 43 is backing up from just before Hampton, pretty much all the way down to about Locust. There's a couple of issues, one on right about at Keefe. There's a broken down vehicle there, actually two of them, and they're off on the right shoulder. Buying a home? Apply for a stress-free mortgage from Great Midwest Bank and experience your state of tranquility. Visit greatmidwestbank.com. Weather's brought to you by Infinity Exteriors, dedicated to saving our communities from unscrupulous contractors. Mother Nature can be unpredictable. Your roof, siding, and windows shouldn't be. We install peace of mind with transparency and quality guaranteed. Visit infinityexteriors.com. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
On this show, it's always football season.
I'm not overly concerned because it seems as if Green Bay's not overly concerned.
Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin.
Everybody over there feels like this team was there. We got short-circuited with injuries. We have the right staff, we have the right people, and we have the right players. We just need to stay healthy, and we'll be champions.
Weekdays from 9 to noon on 94.5 ESPN, ESPN Milwaukee's YouTube channel, and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Hi, it's John Reitz from Great Midwest Bank. When it comes to a home mortgage, we understand you want a simple, stress-free process, great service, and a loan you can feel good about. And for 90 years, that's exactly how we've been doing things at Great Midwest Bank. So if you're thinking about buying, building, renovating, or refinancing, get started at greatmidwestbank.com to find a knowledgeable loan officer and get the peace of mind you deserve. Great Midwest Bank, your simply local equal housing lender.
Turn those hoop dreams into reality with Precision Sports, your one-stop shop in southeastern Wisconsin for Mega Slam, Ironclad, and Dominator basketball hoop systems, installation of new or old hoops, and completely customizable painted court lines. PrecisionSportsOnline.com.
You've always been competitive, at work, in the gym, even with your kids, but lately you feel off. Workouts take longer to recover from. Your drive just isn't there. You know, it might not be your age. It could be low testosterone. At Mentality, we'll get to the bottom of what's really going on and build a personalized plan using testosterone replacement and peptide therapies to help restore your energy, focus, and drive. Get back the energy to being dad again. Book your appointment with Mentality at lowtusa.com. Again, that's lowtusa.com.
Let's talk about home turf. Your lawn is a reflection of your pride, hard work, and even competitive spirit. If you want a yard that makes the neighbors stop and stare, you need the right plan. That's where Weedman Law Care comes in. Weedman's lawn care program is kid and pet friendly, uses golf course quality fertilizer, and has an effective weed treatment to dominate any issue. Get a free quote of Weedman's winning formula for your yard at weedman.com and get 50% off your first treatment. That's weedman.com. Weedman for the win.
Make your next meal Quick Trip's No Ordinary Chicken. Right now, get a crispy chicken sandwich, regular or pepper jacked, for just $3.99. Feeding the crew? Grab an 8-piece bone-in fried chicken for only $9.99. And don't forget to dip it in Quick Trip's No Ordinary Chicken sauce. Short on time? Order ahead with the Quick Rewards app and make it fast. Stop in today for your No Ordinary Chicken. Crunch outside, tender inside. Only at Quick Trip.
If only life had a remote control, you could pause or rewind. Well, life doesn't always give you time to change the outcome, but prediabetes does. Take the 1-minute risk test today at doihaveprediabetes.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and its prediabetes awareness partners.
This is Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
He sounds like the Beatles.
What?
Anyone?
This is a new one on me.
Listen to his interview, the way he talks. He sounds like Paul McCartney. Ringo farted and it was horrible. Absolutely horrible.
On 94.5 ESPN.
It's a great Midwest Bank Mortgage Monday here on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy. If you're planning a home project or you need added flexibility, tap into your home's value with a HELOC from Great Midwest Bank. Visit greatmidwestbank.com for all of your options. Let's talk very quickly about the Milwaukee Brewers this weekend. Not a lot to write home about as they dropped their 3 games at AmFam Field. I don't know, Gabe. None of the games felt comfortable, good. Like, everything felt hard. And that's not usually how this Brewers team is. Like, different for every day, obviously. I don't want to make it seem like every single game this weekend was the same. But there was never a point where I was like, oh, they got this. You know, and it just, I don't know if the injuries are starting to pile up. I don't know if it's, I mean, we know that apparently we're waiting for quote unquote news on Christian Yelich, which we assume will be the hamstring. But what was your takeaway from the 3 losses this weekend at AmFam?
Yeah, you finally had I thought the opportunity when the offense woke up because, yeah, I think the injuries are catching up to you offensively. And it was great to see Bryce hit a home run yesterday and Gary Sanchez still hitting the ball out of the ballpark. But and now you add Christian Yelich to that list of guys who are going to miss, probably significant time because Murph said he wasn't anticipating great news on the MRI of Yelich's hamstring. So I think the offensive injuries are starting to pile up, and then they just didn't pitch well. Starters were okay, and then yesterday you had the opportunity, and your bullpen just couldn't hold it down. Whether it was Serpa, whether it was Uribe, you had McGill not throw well earlier in the series, so it was just kind of a collective weekend of stink for the Brewers.
Feels like losing to Cleveland at home. Doesn't it?
Sure.
I mean, what are the Nationals? Middle of the road team?
Yeah, middle of the road. Although, again, winning 3 in a row now, their record's a little bit better. But, they beat the Cubs earlier this year. It's a young team that their offense can be exciting, but their pitching isn't very good. But they were able to mostly keep the Brewers in check.
Well, it's the slide. I mean, they've lost 5 in a row.
5 in a row.
That's what that hurts. But it's early, Seems like we went through this a little bit last year at the beginning of the season where they were banged up. So
yeah. You just try to get through this stretch.
Button.
Yeah. And again, you started off great, right? 8-2, and now you've lost 5 in a row. But just kind of fight your way through, be around 500 once everybody gets healthy, and then see if you can make a run at that point.
8-5 now. The Miz will be on the mound when the Brewers get back in action on Tuesday against Toronto. And again, I will continue to say, the Miz for me is must-watch baseball. And tuning in, obviously, to the games, popping in here or there. This weekend was dominated for me by the Masters. But anytime the Miz is pitching, guys, I want to watch. I want to watch every pitch. I want to see his pitch sequencing. I want to see how he's handling his off-speed stuff. I want to see how his command is because he right now is my favorite Brewer to watch. And again, some of that is the injuries. Some of that is that, Terang was out for a stretch and Vaughn is still out and Priester is out and that type of stuff. But for me, he's the guy that gets me to watch to lock in and watch the Brewers exclusively. Chewy, to your point, because you have been the guy who has said, no matter what, you believe in the Brewers, you believe in what they're doing over there at the ballpark. What would it take for you to go, maybe this isn't? Are we talking like a 10-game losing streak? Are we talking about dropping like 3 out of 4 series? Where would you start to panic a little bit?
I mean, the Blue Jays, even though their record doesn't represent, they're still pretty good. I mean, the East is one of the toughest divisions in baseball. I mean, you get swept here, then okay, but it's the same guys. We've seen them play unbelievable in great baseball. Just, I don't know, gets away from them a little bit. We know what's in there.
And again, over the course of 162, it just gets, it does. It just stinks that you've lost 5 in a row after having the great start of the season that you did. And Bryce Frank said it in the locker room after yesterday. Like, in the long term, they're going to be fine. They just got to figure out a way to weather the current storm that they're in terms of the injuries.
Yeah, this is like a good team in football, probably losing 2 in a row to games you were favored. It happens. I've been there.
To Jen's point, when you've got someone like Miz, and if he's going to be the guy we want him to be, he's the stopper. You've lost 5 in a row. All right, you go out there, you stop that as the starting pitcher. Yeah. It's on you to shut down the other offense, to make sure that you give your team the best chance to end that losing streak on Tuesday.
Yeah.
All right, now I need to know philosophically how you guys feel next time they trot out the City Connects. 0 for 3 in the Wisco.
Oh.
It's not a great look. Not a great look.
First of all, I thought they looked great, to be clear. But it's not a great look that they lost all 3 games when they debuted the new City Connect. Would you be hesitant, You're the athlete here. Would you be hesitant the next time you're scheduled to throw those unis on that maybe there's a little bad juju?
I would say 0-5, you have a nice little bonfire. And burn
so they
them all.
They only get 2 opportunities, 2 more chances?
I mean, that's pretty bad. I mean, does the league dictate when they have to wear uniforms?
I mean, you have to wear certain, like you have a combination of road that you wear on the road. Like they're only going to wear the City Connects at home. That's not something they wear on the road. And typically they do it on weekends is the way they've typically handled that. But the league doesn't mandate you wear this jersey on this day.
Because I remember back in the day when Tampa Bay was in our division, we would have had to wear green.
Yes.
In Tampa, they wear their whites, obviously, because they think, I wonder if there's any truth to that. Are you really hotter?
Yes.
In a darker?
Yep, yes.
That's physics.
Yep.
You are?
Yep.
I thought it was just Tampa. All right. And Dallas was another one. I don't know why they always wore their whites at home.
Because it looks good. Their whites look better.
Really?
Their whites it's a good look.
Okay.
It's a classic good look.
Before we move on.
Rhodes Scholar over here, by the way.
Rhodes Scholar.
It's true.
You could technically rope that into the road. He's talking about the Packers being on the road, playing Tampa at home, wearing their white jerseys, but he didn't know exactly why. Josh, you have sound from Pat Murphy talking about Christian Yelich. Let's take a listen.
We're most likely going to get some bad news on Yelich. Yeah, I felt a little twinge in his hamstring, and we're getting it imaged right now.
All right, well, you know what? I could have done without that, Josh, actually. Now that you threw it out there, we knew what it was. We heard
A
him
twinge
say
is
it.
not bad, though. A pop is bad. I've had a pop.
But still, I mean, it's probably an IL stint.
Yeah. It felt like that sort of, with all that happened over the weekend, we kind of forgot that.
Well, and so now who do you throw into the DH role?
Oh, Gary.
Okay.
Keep him off of first base.
So that Bauer then?
Yeah, Bowers is just playing first. My goodness. Gary had a rough, what was that, Friday night?
Yeah, he threw it right at the ankles, shins.
It was a rocket.
Yeah.
It's like he was trying to gun somebody from Kevin when he's usually playing catcher. Just also, I mean, he had a rough day. I think he had 3 errors on Friday night at first base.
And again, any errors are not Brewers baseball, right? That's something we've been priding ourselves on the last few seasons, that under Murphy, this team does make errors. So for one guy to have multiple in a game, it's a bad night.
Apparently we have an answer on Doc Rivers. He has stepped down, is the official what they're going with. Bucks have put out a statement.
Okay.
Doc has stepped down as the head coach of the Milwaukee Bucks. It's been an honor to have Doc as our head coach and leader of our organization and community. Bucks owners Wes Edens, Jimmy and Dee Haslam, and Jamie Dinan. In addition to the impact on the court, we're thankful for Doc's class and professionalism during his tenure in Milwaukee. I have truly loved my time in Milwaukee, Rivers said. Coming back to where I got my start, to a city that has always embraced me, has been a privilege. I am disappointed that things did not turn out the way any of us hoped, but I am deeply grateful for this experience, the relationships built, and unwavering support from our fans and community. Milwaukee will always mean a lot to me, and this chapter will hold a special place in my heart.
You buy it?
I wonder if he still gets paid.
No,
he's getting paid.
Yeah, he's getting it's an 8-figure salary, and he's still getting paid.
Because if you get fired, you get it all.
Yes, that was when all the reports were circulating yesterday, and the ambiguity existed of, well, is he fired? What's going on here? One thing was perfectly clear.
Yeah,
Doc was still getting paid.
Yeah. Well, they probably gave him the option.
It's
they
hard
did it the nice
to
way.
fire a guy who just got named to the Hall of Fame, right?
If you want me to do it, I will. I can step in the breach there if you want.
I'm just saying, this is the nice way of...
Well, the ownership group obviously respects Doc, and to your point, Jen, he got elected to the Hall of Fame. I don't think they wanted to have the embarrassment of, oh, by the way, you're fired.
And you're fired.
Should we take it a little more literally, maybe economically, that instead of firing and paying him full freight, you get the option of some sort of refigured out contract as his send-off to retirement?
Well, I'll tell you what, there was a lot of people who were raising their eyebrows after it said that he may continue on in a consulting role with the team. People going, no, thank you. That's all right. We'll pass.
That's just something to justify the paycheck that he's going to be able to walk away with.
I was about to say, I'll tell you this, Josh, right now, for 8 figures, I can take a lot of embarrassment.
Yeah.
And I'm guessing that's what, and if I were in Doc's shoes, if my option were renegotiate the contract and step away on your own or be fired,
yep,
I'll take it all.
I'm an embarrassment
Just
here,
fire
and I don't even get 8 figures.
I'll take the embarrassment of being fired for 8 figures. Yeah.
I don't even have to say anything after that. I think we just go to break. I still want to get to Dontavian Wicks. We'll do that after this.
Hey, guys, remember the way you felt when you were 25? Those early morning workouts, they were a breeze. You had a drive that kicked in way before that first cup of coffee. Now, fast forward to today. Do you feel like you're losing that edge? It might not be your age. It could be your low testosterone. I thought it was age. Turns out for me, it was low testosterone. That's why I went to Mentality. They start with a comprehensive 100-point blood panel to help get to the bottom of what's really going on. Then they build a personalized treatment plan using testosterone replacement therapy and targeted peptide therapy to help restore energy, focus, and drive. In fact, 94% of men report renewed energy and focus within 60 days. And just so you know, this isn't some new, trendy, off-the-shelf solution of the month. Mentality is all about real medicine. While they can't actually make you 25 again, Mentality can help get you back and feeling like that guy you used to be. Schedule your appointment with Mentality today. Website's easy, lowtusa.com. With Mentality. Again, that website, lowtusa.com.
Your state, your teams, your ESPN. The ESPN Wisconsin app. Find the ESPN Wisconsin app in the Apple or Android app stores today. More Jen, Gabe, and Chewy coming up on 94.5 ESPN.
Eastbound on 94, we've got delays from Highway 83 to Elmhurst Road. We've got a broken down vehicle on the left shoulder. It's kind of in a weird spot, so everybody kind of starts to slow down there. We've got delays southbound 43 from about Hampton down past Capitol Drive. We've got northbound slowing down out of the Mitchell interchange around the Plainfield curve all the way up towards the KK River crossing, back on the brakes from Beecher Street up to the base of the high-rise bridge. Traffic is brought to you by Geist Garage Doors. For over 70 years, Geist Garage Doors has been the local trusted name for garage door sales, service, and repair. Visit GeistDoors.com and don't think twice, call Geist. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast. Today, partly cloudy skies, warm, chance for afternoon storms, a high of 74. Tonight, chance of rain and storms, mostly cloudy, a low of 60. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
It's ESPN Wisconsin's Game Night so for Events by Design. Events like appreciation parties and retreats can go a long way towards boosting morale and retaining top talent. Events by Design is your go-to creative partner for employee events that truly make an impact. They help leaders retain top talent by making their people feel seen, valued, and celebrated. The creative team at Events by Design does all the planning and production, making sure things not only look great, but also work. Make a smart investment in your culture today. Search online, Events by Design. They design, you party.
Burkhart Sporting Goods has a great reputation for producing custom team apparel. We're total team outfitters and we can handle the biggest jobs. Our success in custom team apparel led us into group and corporate apparel. Plus, we have a full selection of promotional products for employee gifts, special events, you name it. And we've made it easy for our customers to firm up their orders. The group sale web stores that we build for our customers are a simple way of gathering all the information you need. They're easy to work, easy to understand, and with them you'll have access to nearly limitless options. We've seen that most times we're better priced than our competition on the same high-quality apparel choices that the other guys offer. Plus Nike and Under Armour choices that the other guys can't get. And we offer a huge brand selection from Yeti, North Face, and Carhartt too. This is Brian Burkhart. For team, group, or corporate custom outfitting and promotional products, it's going to be really hard to beat our prices, selection, and ease of buying for any size budget and every size company. And that's why we always say,
You can't beat Burkhart.
Look, it's Jake from our store in Kenosha.
Hi, Monica. Hi, Sarah. Hi, Rick.
Your email said you had a big surprise.
Look and tell me what you see.
Wow, I see 9 perfect examples of the classic diamond solitaire engagement ring.
They're gorgeous.
These rings are exactly what people imagine when they hear the words engagement ring.
Monica, do you think it will always be like that?
Evermore.
That long?
And each of these is 3/4 of a carat.
$998.
Unbelievable. So how much do we sell them for?
That is how much we sell them for.
Can we do that?
We're the largest employee-owned jewelry company in America, Rick. We can do anything we want.
But for how long?
Evermore.
People can choose any of the 9 most popular style solitaires, 3/4 of a carat, and each of them was created in the heart of a miniature star.
5 different diamond shapes, 2 colors of gold. Evermore, just $998.
Or $14.98 with 1 carat diamond center with diamonds on the side.
Learn more at KesslersDiamonds.com.
Hi, this is Mike from Infinity Exteriors. Most contractors cut corners and disappear when there's a problem. Not us. Since 1997, we've completed over 60,000 projects, earned thousands of 5-star reviews, and were named 2025 Roofing Magazine Contractor of the Year. We set the standard for exterior remodeling, trusted by homeowners, proven every single day. We're excited to show you why choosing Infinity means peace of mind. Visit infinityexteriors.com to see why your neighbors trust Infinity.
This is Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
And what's the saying? Fool me once, shame on me. Fool me twice, shame on you.
Flip it around. Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me.
That was close.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. You just had to flip it. 2 options.
On 94.5 ESPN.
The Green Bay Packers made a move to start the weekend. It included shipping Dontavian Wicks out of town. He goes to the Eagles for 2 draft picks. Late ones, though, right? 6 and 7, 26 and 27.
5th round pick this year, 6th round pick next year.
5th and 6. Got it. I guess this was always a numbers game, Chew. It always appeared as though the Packers sort of had extra when it came to the wide receivers. And so if they were going to, and the numbers I'm referring to are not just the wide receivers that they had on the roster, but the number of draft picks that Brian Gutekunst had, we always knew that he would like to have more. I think that the number he was going into Friday with was the lowest he had ever had for a draft. So there was this thought that he would likely make some moves to get more draft picks. What was your biggest takeaway from Dontavian Wicks being sent to the Eagles for those 2 picks?
Actually, my biggest takeaway is should they have done this with Dobbs last year? But what are they getting in return with him going into New England? See, the compensatory pick.
But you'll get the compensatory pick next year.
Which will be a what? Does it depend on how well he does?
I mean, probably it's going to depend upon playing time, but as long as he stays healthy and what they paid him, he's going to play. So they're probably going to get a 4th round pick.
Oh, okay. See, I like Wicks, but I can't understand why he didn't evolve. Because he showed us that splashes, he could be really, really good.
Mm-hmm.
But
Bull Melton needed to run some routes.
Yes.
That was sarcasm, by the way.
Yeah.
That was about the coach and not using guys more than he did.
Yeah, and I don't know why. Especially after that monster game he had, I'm like, where he looked really, really good.
The problem for him is some guys got healthy after that, and then his snap counts went down.
Yeah, but is this the guy Jason was gushing about 2 years ago?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And was the gush warranted? Or it never translated to the field?
Well, it translated to the field at times.
Yeah.
Because, again, he had a couple of big games, had a couple of big moments, but it just never
The
I don't
gush
know. Do
came
you
from the
guys
head
get
coach, by the
excited?
way.
Do you guys get excited when you hear 5th or 6th round pick?
I don't get excited, but when we talk about depth, which is something that the Packers, we believe, need to address, I figure it's a necessary evil.
Okay.
Honestly, more than I thought they'd get for him. They got
Really?
2 picks, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, they got back what they paid for him, and then another one in the 6th, and likely next year, since they are projected to be spenders, or people expect them to be, they wouldn't even get that compensatory pick if they go into free agency.
What do you think the hit rate is on a 5th and 6th round pick?
Not great. The draft really they've done studies on it. It really falls off after the 5th. The 5th is really where you can, the last place you can truly get, I mean, obviously you can get starters throughout that. It happens, but it's more rare.
See, it won't surprise me if he goes there and does well.
Well, me neither.
Yeah.
He won't be a number 1, though, and he won't expect it to be
And he
a
won't be a number
1.
2.
Well, what do you think is happening with A.J. Brown? You think he's sticking around, or you think he's going somewhere else?
They move him?
It's a
Because
lot
he
of money
would
to
be
be
a number 2 if A.J. Brown is gone behind Devontae Smith.
There we
Good
go.
Lord. You know I struggle with him. Just generally speaking, with Devontae Smith, I haven't been able to lock in ever.
Is that because you didn't vote for him?
100%.
Yeah. Okay.
just so we're all on the same page.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a big number. The dead cap number is, if they trade him at the draft, $76 million.
Yeah, that is a big number.
And when you trade him, you can't go, oh, we're trading him, but we're doing it post June 1.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that trade's going through, and that's the money you got to eat.
Oh, then you just wait.
Yeah, well, but again, then you don't get to take advantage of this year's draft is the problem.
The other problem is if I'm Christian Watson and Wick's got essentially the same money he did, I'd be like, I've got a little bit of a problem with that. I want an extension.
Cool.
Because Christian Watson is much more established and
Yeah, he's a better player.
Wicks.
He's a better player.
So-
Got like $750,000 more. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Wait, so what do we think the number is going to be for Christian Watson?
It's in the ballpark of Alec Pierce.
Well, I mean, based on
Starts there.
you know,
But the problem
Which
is
was
with
what
Christian-
again?
What was Alec? Alec got 28 a year.
Yeah.
see, here's the problem as a player. You can't say it's okay for Jordan Love to sit out
Mm-hmm.
and be upset that Christian Watson does it. It's not fair.
Sure, but the issue is Christian Watson, Jordan Love as a quarterback
Yeah.
had leverage. Christian Watson as an off
You don't
injured.
think he has leverage?
No.
Why? Who's going to? Then they're going into the season with who?
Okay, go
Reed
ahead.
and Golden?
Go ahead, Christian, sit out. What are you going to do? Because this is your first big payday, pal.
I would be with you, Gabe, but you already got one ACL in the bank. You know what I mean?
Sure, but like he hasn't made the 13 yet, and he doesn't get paid, and then he gets fined, and those fines can't be rescinded.
I actually think this is a moot point. I don't think Christian Watson is going to sit out.
No,
I don't think he is, but I would be advising him to because this team can't win a Super Bowl without Christian Watson.
But again, like the Packers are going to be more patient because they've played how many games without Christian Watson?
They did, but they had 2 more receivers that were not
They'll-
great,
and they'll-
but they
they'll
were
draft,
fine.
and they'll draft one.
Like
and-
I'm just saying, we fully anticipate Tucker Kraft to sign a big deal.
Yep.
Right before
Mhm.
the season.
Yes. I can't imagine.
Players are kind of like, "Where's mine?"
Oh, 100%. But Christian doesn't have the leverage.
You don't think he does?
No.
If he
Right, but
sits
if he
out-
goes out this season, guys, and has a good year, and is again, we think that Tucker Kraft will be the number 1 target, but if he is a 1B to Tucker Kraft, then you have leverage.
But what if
Then
he
you
goes
point
and
at
gets
those-
hurt?
Well, yeah, everybody deals with
There's
that, right?
risk. Yes, I
Yeah,
agree.
But that's why the Packers gave him the 13 mil. The 13.25 is the security blanket for him. That's why they gave it to him last
I'm
year.
just saying, if I was representing him, I would at least be making phone calls to the Packers.
Yeah, and I think the Packers would call your bluff.
You think so?
Because
You think they're afraid to play chicken? They do it all the time.
Yeah. All right. Do you think they can win a Super Bowl without Christian Watson?
Yeah.
I think they could.
Would a lot more things have to go their way? Yeah, but I can see a path to it. Sure.
Yeah. Then you're an injury away from soup, though.
Sure.
You know what I mean?
But again, if you're threatening to hold out, they've got more leverage than he does.
Yeah.
And they gave him the last extension in good faith.
Yeah, they
coming
did.
off that injury. Like I think there's
Yeah.
a little bit of we helped you out here, so let's. I'm sure they tell him if you have a great start to the season, we'll talk extensions come week 7.
Is
We
this
could do
Jaden
that.
Reed's last year too?
Yep. But again, that's why you have three guys. You weren't going to re-sign all three. Getting a little bit more than anticipated for one of them. I think that's why ultimately they made the move and got rid of Dontavian.
Yeah. All right.
I'm just looking at an updated list of the Eagles wide receivers. We mentioned Brown, obviously. We mentioned Smith. I didn't realize that they went out and got Hollywood Brown, signed him to a 1-year deal in March. And then they got Dontavian Wicks, who we obviously have addressed, Elijah Moore. So they're Darius Cooper, another one. So they're loaded as far as depth goes at that position. I guess I wonder if when you see Howie Roseman grab one of your guys, do you automatically, given the success that Howie Roseman has had, go, ooh, did we make a mistake? Did we not evaluate this guy correctly?
I don't think so, because they weren't ever going to give him $12 million. Like Christian Watson's a better player, right? And if you're gonna re-sign one of the three, because for being honest, it's probably all you're going to be able to afford to do. I mean, he was number 3 on that depth chart. I'm sure the Eagles would have much rather had Christian Watson at 13.25.
And I'm sure Wicks was one of those guys that wasn't happy with his role.
Yeah.
Yes, we believe that is also the case. Let me ask you this. Jared in the 920 weighing in saying, was he the right one to trade, though? I feel like he has a better all-around game than Jaden Reed. Reed needs help getting open and only plays slot. Would have also gotten higher picks for Reed.
I like Wicks.
It's a production thing.
I think he's a good player.
Yeah, Reed, again, I have been one of the detractors of Reed, and I don't know how the Packers view him because, again, he only plays 60% of the time because he's exclusively a slot guy. But in those limited snaps, his first 2 years, he still led the team in receptions and yards.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's a production thing.
Right, and I wouldn't be surprised if Wicks goes to and they end up trading A.J. Brown and he gets the opportunity if he looks pretty good.
Yeah.
And I don't really know if that's a misevaluation by the Packers. They just never gave him the right amount of opportunity.
Okay, but then that goes back to your, what do you call it? Magnum opus, which is that Matt LaFleur isn't a very good coach.
Correct. Good play, great play caller.
Is that sarcasm?
No, I think he's very good at the offensive part of football.
It's so hard to tell with you sometimes.
I think you're just rusty.
I am rusty.
Usually in Florida, you don't care.
I feel like I'm in a dream out wearing my underwear or something like that. I'm like, where am I right now?
If he was at home, he'd already be stepped away, walking away to the bathroom.
Oh, yeah. Clean the pool a couple times.
Skimmer?
Yes. So I guess just generally speaking, everybody's okay with the Dontavian Wicks trade?
Yeah, 100%.
Okay, got another pick this year. Now Goody's up to 8. Do you think that he'll get more picks? Do you think there are more moves where he'll get more picks before they actually end up drafting? What is it, a week and a half from today?
Yeah.
They won't draft on Thursday because they don't have a first-round pick.
Correct.
So
but
Friday.
I think he will make more moves to trade back and still get more picks. Yes. I do not think that they're going to end with just 8 draft picks.
Put it on the Jen, Gabe, and Chewy Infinity Exteriors poll. Do you think the Packers will end up having 8 draft picks, or they will have more because Goody makes some moves with those draft picks? Let us know, 800-990-3776, as Dontavian Wicks is now a member of the Philadelphia Eagles.
If you're getting ready to propose, you already know what I'm going to say. The Jewelry Center is the place to go. It's what I did, and it's really the only place you should ever go. Now, maybe you have an idea, you don't have an idea of what your future wife wants in an engagement ring. Go to the Pinterest page, take that in. Maybe there's something there that sparks an idea. The helpful team at the Jewelry Center is always going to point you in the right direction to make sure that dream ring becomes a reality. To me, that's what separates the Jewelry Center. The great team that they've put together, whether it's in Greenfield, Brookfield, Burlington, or Mequon. Whether you're looking for a custom engagement ring or just want to pick up something nice like diamond earrings, gold chain, they've got you covered. It's the only place to go. Check out the Jewelry Center, Greenfield, Brookfield, Burlington.
3-time Wisconsin Sports Writer of the Year, Jason.
More Jen, Gabe, and Chewy coming up on 94.5 ESPN.
At Junior Achievement, students learn how innovation, creativity, and entrepreneurship can turn a simple idea into something that changes an industry. With support from Koss Corporation, students are discovering how engineering, product design, and smart marketing bring great ideas to life. From pioneering studio headphones to building a brand recognized around the world, Koss shows students how technology and creativity shape the way we experience music. Learn more at ja.org.
I started our landscaping company, Brett Ochtenhagen's Seasonal Services, in 1994. We have other businesses, a trucking company, investment properties, and we board and raise quarter horses. I met Chris from Horicon Bank over 20 years ago, and we really hit it off. A few years back, we made our largest capital commitment ever. Chris understood our vision, supported it, and 5 years later, our annual equipment maintenance costs are down, and our fleet is amazing. Chris and Horicon Bank helped make that happen.
Horicon Bank, together doing good for 130 years. Member FDIC.
Got your tax refund? Before it mysteriously disappears, invested in something you'll actually see every day. Your home. At Exterior Pros and Baths, turn that refund into energy-efficient windows, durable roofing, new siding, or a beautiful bath remodel. And they'll take it even further with $3,000 off your project. That's $3,000 in instant savings during the April savings event. But don't wait, this offer won't last long. Call 262-800-4274 or visit extpros.com today. Exterior Pros and Baths. Big savings done right.
An epic Brewers Pirates series is coming April 24th through the 26th. Kick it off with Star Wars Night on Friday the 24th. And check out a post-game laser show presented by ESPN Milwaukee. Then on Saturday the 25th, get a Brewers Windbreaker giveaway courtesy of Quartz. Wrap up the series with Family Sunday fun and kids cheer free. Plus, the first 5,000 kids take home an Abner Uribe poster. Grab a seat at Brewers.com.
Harry Douglas here. Game day brings the excitement. Your stay should feel just as memorable. With Marriott Bonvoy, official hotel partner of the NCAA and U.S. Soccer, you're connected to a portfolio of brands designed for how you travel. Some offer complimentary breakfast, others give you room to spread out, space to stay productive, or extended stay comforts. So whether you're a traveling fan or part of the team, Marriott Bonvoy celebrates the moments that live on before and after the game. Marriott Bonvoy, where game day checks in. Harry Douglas here to tell you about Confetti Craze 5-Hour Energy. It tastes just like the best birthday cake ever. Vanilla, buttery, frosting vibes. It's basically a party in a bottle. Confetti Craze makes it easy to turn any day into a party with its delicious birthday cake flavor and big birthday energy. And here's the best part. All cake, no sugar. I bring these tiny bottles everywhere to cakeify my day with tasty caffeine boosts. The Funfetti flavor is back on 5hourenergy.com or on Amazon. Crack open a Confetti Craze 5-Hour Energy shot today.
My name is Christine, and I'm a widow. My husband, Ryan, was a healthy 34-year-old, and 3 months later, he was gone. Thankfully, he had life insurance. Ethos made it so easy. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. 100% online, no medical exam. Life insurance didn't take away the loss, but it did give us the space to just grieve.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/game. Ethos.com/game. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
Less than 4 in 10 kids aged 6 through 12 are playing sports regularly. 4 in 10 kids? Let it sink in. Just 4 in 10 kids. ESPN is building a nationwide coalition powered by Disney called Take Back Sports, with the purpose of training more coaches, expanding access, and creating community-driven sports programming that puts kids and fun first. We're working on that story. We hope you'll join us.
Visit takebacksports.org to learn more.
You're listening to Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
We might be underwater in 50 years, but if it means I get 50 years of mild winters,
not your problem.
Well, certainly not mine.
On 94.5 ESPN.
Infinity Exteriors brings you the Twitter poll here on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy. Refresh your home with roofing, siding, or windows, all backed by their lifetime workmanship warranty, infinityexteriors.com. I believe we put it on the Jen, Gabe, and Chewy Infinity Exteriors poll. Should Giannis have a say in the Bucks' next head coach? Josh, you got results on that? Have you seen the poll, what people are saying about whether or not Giannis should have a say?
Take a guess, each of you, really quickly.
I'm guessing it is close to 100% no.
96.7% no.
Okay.
Which seems fair, given everything that we've experienced.
Mm-hmm.
Joshy, what was that article that you sent us that said the season from hell? That was from The Athletic, right?
Eric Name,
Our friend Eric Name at The Athletic. That should be some fun reading for y'all today.
Polzine's got a fun one, too, in the State Journal if you want to read more fun stuff about Chris McIntosh.
You guys told me it was a good day.
I mean, it is.
Will McIntosh is next on ESPN Milwaukee, everybody.
On Eastbound 94, watch out for backups from 76th Street all the way through to about 35th. Westbound from 27th Street to Hawley Road. We've got backups also on southbound 43 from before Hampton all the way down past Capitol Drive. Northbound 4394 around the Plainfield curve. You're seeing delays